You know, we got those crazy characters in Analyze This coming up next.
What are these guys talking about this time?
I don't know, because it seemed like the guy over at Royal is kind of scared to battle me. So you see, he put
you know,
me in
he's
spot,
a Heat fan. You know,
right? And he should
sorry.
Be a Heat fan.
That team
no,
is
they're
so
not.
sorry.
The big three all day. That's
well,
it.
Here comes the guys from Analyze This with another edition.
What's going on, franchise fans? We're back again with another session of Analyze This. Today we're taking on some different topics for you, starting with the cliche sports as we have it for African Americans. You know, the basketballs and the footballs. Why is it that other sports are, you know, seemingly overshadowed by, you know, the two sports as far as black people are concerned?
I'm pretty much on the fence about this one. I think it's we don't have the resources to play hockey or baseball if it's a one-on-one kind of thing. If you're the only child, you probably have a basketball and go to the park and play by yourself a little bit more. So I'm saying resources.
It's pretty much about your surroundings. You know, when you come from an urban area, you know, it's pretty much football, baseball, basketball, because it's the easiest sport to.
Yeah, but when you come to college, isn't part of the thing to be able to expand your mind? And I mean, personally, when I tried this weekend, I, you know, took my chances to watch the NHL All-Star game as opposed to the Pro Bowl, which turned out to be a much better decision.
But it's more natural, you know. When you're coming up, you know, that's everybody around you plays basketball. You know, in the urban areas, those are the best teams as far as high school. You know, you always idolize some high school player when you're playing Pop Warner or basketball. So it's gradually when you get to that point. Like, it's easy. And then when you, like, the biggest entertainment.
I think you got to expose the kids to playing kind of sports. So you can play, like, soccer is a big group. We have, like, our friends over. You can play soccer often. You can play football, but we don't do that.
But, you know, all our idols are, like, sports icons. And who are those icons, you know, with jersey sales, the Kobe's, the LeBrons.
I mean, granted that these things do have their way of, you know, working each other out in the community that we play in. But, I mean, by all means, I got a chance to watch history as the first shootout goal was made in the All-Star game this past weekend. But switching to our comfort zone, I guess, if you have it, basketball weekend, we had a pretty big one. We had the Miami Heat versus the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Lakers versus Celtics. You tell me, what was your impressions of either of the games?
Oh, man, Lakers-Celtics, classic game, but I'm more impressed with the Miami Heat-Oklahoma Thunder.
I've never heard the DC native talk trash, and for him to call the Chris Bosh soft now, I mean, I'm very intrigued. And, you know,
I mean, listen, you know, I'm not one to take, you know, the situation lightly.
Right.
I'm also not one to go against my team. But if you're going to call somebody soft, then you should at least win the game. I mean, that's just how I feel about the entire situation.
It came down to the clutch, you know.
Yeah.
It came down to the last shot.
And he lost.
Granted, he did lose, but nobody was able to contain him. And the team, like Miami's team, is pretty much on paper better than.
On paper Thunder don't mean nothing now. Let's keep it real. Oklahoma Thunder have a great team. They're young. They're stout. They got a better defense than what you think. It's just that Kevin Durant, he was talking about tough. Third quarter, he had stretches where he just settled for threes. If he was tough, he'd have took it inside and dunked on Chris Bosh.
Either way, point blank period, the Heat are better. They won. But real quick, did you think that the Lakers versus Celtics game had any implications? Yes or no? Willis?
No, not at all.
All right, well, wrapping it up. I'm sorry to cut you off, but, you know, we got to get to the big news. The Super Bowl is coming around, ladies and gentlemen. Mr. McPhee, who you got?
I'm going with Green Bay, man. I'm a cheesehead on this one, man.
Right, of course. But, Mr. Lamont?
I need a terrible talk real quick. I'm going with the Steelers.
The Steelers?
So
please, defend yourself.
You're a Wiz fan this week, huh?
Black and yellow, black and yellow.
Defend yourself, boss.
Okay, basically it goes down to this. The Packers do one thing great. They can run the ball. The Steelers can stop the run. The Packers can stop the throw, but the Steelers can run the ball.
Wait,
so the
Packers do one thing great?
Yes.
If I had to choose between that one thing, I definitely wouldn't say it was the running the ball.
Oh, they pass the ball, but
Aaron Rodgers is one of the top 5 quarterbacks
he can throw,
in the league.
When he throw the ball, I'm scared that Ike Taylor's going to be lurking. Troy Palmer's lurking.
Yeah, 6 touchdowns compared to 2 interceptions this postseason.
Who in the secondary that you were scared of?
Of who? Of the Packers?
Of the Packers. Like,
Charles Woodson, the defensive player of the year last year. You got Tramon Williams, and you have Sam Shields, who combined for 6 interceptions.
As far as the the Bears game go, who did you feel that?
Hold on, let me take the middle, and you take the end on the analyze part.
Let's change right quick.
Let's change real quick. All right, now go ahead, go ahead, argue.
Well, yeah, when you're talking about what Green Bay is doing compared to what the Steelers are doing, I mean, it's the same story every year. The Steelers come back and they usually win, but this time they're facing something completely different.
How is it different?
Because you're facing a Packers team. You're facing a Packers team that has improved defense, and then without Marquise Pouncey, the Steelers definitely have no shot.
All right. You know, none of the teams was in the Pro Bowl, but the next game is for all the marbles now. So you're going with the Steelers.
I'm going with the Steelers.
And you're going with the Packers, and me, I'm going with the Packers.
So 2 against 1, I lose.
Well, thanks for tuning in for another edition of Analyze This. I am Willis McPhee.
I'm Roy Shepard.
I'm Lamont Wilson.
And we'll see you next time.
You guys jumped me.
Aaron Rodgers.